What's up, guys? My name is Mike, you're watching Land Kingdom, and today we're playing Home. Now, as the title says, it's a unique and horror adventure, and its description describes it as a mystery murder with a twist. So, it definitely intrigued me. I've had it for a while, I just haven't been able to play it yet. So, today, we're going to check it out. Alright, let's get started. Your game will be saved automatically at certain points. However, we recommend you put aside an hour and a half and complete Home in a single setting. Wear headphones, turn off the lights. Got it. All I remembered at that point was finding myself alone. Oh, my head. Where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet. A flashlight. Ah, okay. Oh, this is cool. I like this. Oh, it's got that, like, kind of Resident Evil, like, you open the door thing. That house. Where was I? What is that? There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? Ah! Okay. Damn cats. What is this thing? What? Oh, I can lift the light higher. What else can I do? That's it? Alright. Okay, can I search his desk? No. Alright. Oh, I can't. No, I can go further. Alright. We got water dripping. We got water dripping. Man, I cannot speak words today. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg, I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, try to find a way out. Interesting. So this guy wakes up in this strange house and has no recollection. Oh, what is that? Is that a rat? A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic but exhausted. Did I free it? Sure, why not? We freed it. But yeah, so like I was saying, it looks like this guy wakes up in a house that's not his own and is trying to solve a murder. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. It seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. Alright, so apparently there's going to be a lot to read in this. I'm fine with that, as long as you guys are fine with that. What is that noise? An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for two people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. A black and white photo looked like the man upstairs and his wife, I guessed. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Yes! I slipped the photo into my pocket. Maybe this would help me find some answers. Can I look out windows? Oh, okay. That's lightning. I thought it was lighting up as I went near it. Guess not. What is up with my camera? It's got this red, like, thing to it. That's very, very strange. Should I go down further? Or should I go this way? Alright, we rescued the mouse. You know what? There's one more floor to check. One more door to check on this level. Let's do that. Collection of rusty tools. These look like they'd seen a lot of use and were caked in damp, smelling dirt. Why weren't they in the shed? In a shed. Like I said, I can't word today. A photo similar to the old one I picked up. It had been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? Yes. It depressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. Okay. So not only is it murder mystery, but it's also puzzle solving. It's kind of cool. Alright, let's go downstairs. I looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. Interesting. So he had the muddy tools that should have been in a shed, and mud was caked all over his shoes. Hmm. The bathroom was spotless. Everything had been wiped to a sheen. I wondered if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning, or him. There was a photo development tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. Okay. That whole door opening scene, just the front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. But yeah, the whole door opening scene is just throwback to Resident Evil, which is cool. Oh, what the hell was that? Okay, that was actually really loud in my hand. These are turned up, so. The door was taped up and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guessed it led to the kitchen. The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I'd found a way out. I must have moved it, right? I heaved the box forward and it finally gave. Ooh, ladder. There was a ladder going underground, where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? Yes. Because we are looking to be scared out of our minds. I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. I wondered where the wife was. My leg was in terrible shape, but I had to get out. What's this? Footprints in the dirt. Looked like more than one kind, and a lot of traffic. Places all over were marked on the old map of town, the industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murders in town. Over the last few years. Wait, there were photos. Photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. Oh, Rachel, please be okay. I wanted to rush home, but I had to find a way out first, and I needed to see what else was down there. Ooh, should we go further down? Well, we're gonna. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? The desk looked old, and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old, faded paper, covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out, and illegible notes were written beside them in the faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. Hey, if... Yeah. Okay. None of it made any sense to me. Ditto. None of it makes any sense to me either, so don't feel bad. They looked to be bones, half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. The faded clothes that stuck up amongst the dirt looked familiar. They looked like the clothes that woman was wearing in the photo I found. Was this the man's wife? Bum bum bum! Alright. So this guy's alright, something's leading me to think that this guy might be one of the suspects, obviously. Some kind of homemade rack slung together with poorly cut wooden rope. It was caked with old blood. Somebody didn't actually use that, did they? Rusted hooks, like the kind you find in a butcher, hung from the ceiling. They looked pitted and worn from heavy use. The man upstairs, did he do this? Crudely made shelves, they looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. Another ladder down, or a cage. It looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coated at the bottom. Something wet. Yeah, looks like blood. Just saying. How deep does this go? This guy's got a huge basement. Some kind of old boxes. They looked like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had clothes in them. Clothes I remembered throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing there? What's that noise? Oh, okay. Ah, bats! Okay, so this dude's basement just turns into a cave. I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. Okay, I'm not going down there. I might never come back up. Did you hear that? Hello? Hello? Anyone? Okay, that looks like a dude buried in the wall. There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Yes. Maybe the rope would make that broken ladder easier to descend. Aha! See? Using our brains already! Okay, let's go down. The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Sure! I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. Uh-oh. Things aren't looking up for old... whatever this dude's name is. Did they say his name? I don't remember. A bunch of old newspapers, wheat pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out. Danger due to cave-in. Well then, let's go in, shall we? Let's ignore Okay. Hello? No? Alright. Maybe we shouldn't have gone in. My hands tingled from the burn of sliding down that rope. I was lucky I found that. Who knows what would have happened if I had jumped down. Still, it was all I could do to not have rushed out of that awful place. The rack. That rack. Those terrible tools. What the hell was going on back there? The metal door groaned as I leaned into it, causing my heart to skip a beat at the sound. As I peered ahead into the dark of the next room, I worried that I should have taken that gun I saw. But me, with a gun? There was a gun? What gun? I didn't see a gun. There's a vent? Did you guys see a gun? There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was grass smeared within it. Okay. Well, we know my boots are all muddy, so... I could hear a faint trickling sound like water. What was that? Water? Could it be? Exit. Okay. There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down that. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. Okay. What do we got here? A kitchen knife, covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? Yes. Somehow the knife seemed a better idea than the gun in that tunnel. Okay. Why did that vibrate like crazy? Oh, that's another thing. You have to play this game with a controller. So. Ah! The hell, man? Loud. Door was locked. There was a musty smell from inside. This one wasn't. 1. Okay, there's a 1 and some little symbol, circle symbol over there. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. That makes 2 of us, buddy. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off its flow. Did I turn it? Sure. Okay, but that's... Alright, so this room is numbered 1. There's got to be some kind of... Oh, 2. There we go. 3, 4. Oh, that must be a valve. So, alright, 2 valve. I thought I could turn this water to shut off its flow. Did I turn it? No! No, I left the valve alone. There we go. Let's go through here. Are there going to be more valves? Oh, look! More valves. Yeah. I'm not reading that again. Okay. I'm not turning that one. Let's see if that did anything. So that maybe we can... This would be a really short game. Yep, that door's locked. to go back to the exit. Okay. Nope, water's still flowing. So I wonder, because I didn't spend much time in the house, so I'm wondering if there were more clues. Should I go? I'm gonna go up this ladder. What is all this? What is this? Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There were rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Yes. I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover with the tape, but I took it anyway. Couldn't hide. Oh, I'm gonna climb in this vent. An exposed ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through there? But it was so high up. That must have been a sore landing. Why can't I go in it? Do I need the rope? I did not want to go back into those tunnels. It seemed better to press on. Okay, so I got a videotape. No way to play it right now. Yeah, I realize that's the exit. Is there... What about in here? Okay, let's see if we can... Handprints from the previous use, probably from whoever worked in those sewers. No? Alright, let's try turning this one back. Oh. I can't. I turned it already. Well, let's turn all of them then. Why not, shall we? Yes. Turn that one. And we turned 4, but we didn't turn 3, so we're going to turn 3 now. And let's see what this does. So they've all been turned. So maybe now... Nope, door's still locked. I'm sure there was something I missed on the upper floors. And it's not like I can go back to see if there was anything missing on the upper floors or not. So I'm not sure. I've got to be missing something. Alright, so I went up here. There was nothing up here but the trash bags, right? Okay. I mean, for a horror game, it's really not that scary. Whoa, what did you say? Oh, there was similar dirt on my own shoes. Aha. I don't care if you don't want to go back. We need to go back. Can I go through here? Oh, dude. Okay, so your leg... You did jump out of that vent. You probably jumped out of that vent, came through here, which you can't go back. That sounds about right. I have a feeling this dude is the murderer. But that's just my theory. And I can't get in here. Is there nothing I can do? Nothing else I can do anymore? Yeah, I did turn it. I don't understand. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off its flow. Did I? Did I turn it? Yes. Okay. What about this one? I did turn all of those already. Oh. Yes. Oh. Okay. So that one's off. Oh, you had to turn them more than once. This one too? Okay. So we will. Yep. We turned it. And yep. Alright. I can still hear something running. Alright, that one's already turned off. What about this? Nope. Okay, let's go back to the water, which was through the exit door. Alright, cool. We did it. Moving on. What the... What's that about? Is that... Oh, okay. Are we getting out of here? Oh, what's this? The safety poster had definitely seen better days. How old was that facility? The door was locked. I could see a faint light within. There was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what had happened. Maybe the VHS tape I found could be useful. Aha! But where? Where to play it? I found another dead body, a sewer worker. By the wounds all over his face and body, I figured he'd been stabbed repeatedly. There was a key ring sticking out of the man's pocket. Did I take it? Yes, because we can use it to get into that locked door. I thought about the knife I had found with some disgust as I carefully picked the keys from his pocket. I was almost worried he was going to grab me. I was feeling even more sick from seeing another dead man. Okay. Oh wait, we went up. We're gonna go through this door. There was a hint of fresh air here. I must have been near an exit, but I wondered, what did that key I found on the sewer worker do, and what was on the videotape I found? Let's go find out, shall we? We're gonna go back to those locked doors. Maybe get some more answers. Was this one locked? I used the keyring to unlock the door. Yes! Whoa, that's a giant cage. Oh no, it's a shelf. Okay. The shelf full of security tapes was strictly organized though covered in dust. Looked like the tape I found was the one that was missing from the shelf. Ooh, videotape. There was a dusty VCR on the security desk. I wondered what was on that VHS tape I found. Did I play the tape? Yes. Oh no. The video showed a man right there in the sewers being attacked. The tape looked fuzzy and stretched like somebody had tampered with it. It looked like there could have been two men. Uh-oh. Is there going to be another person? Did that key open anything else? Because you remember there was a locked door up here. So we're going to go check that locked door out. Oh, it was this way. It was this one. I tried a bunch of the keys on the keyring I had found on that sewer worker, and one of them seemed to fit. Nice! What do we got in here? Ooh. The wall was littered with dozens of old faded papers. Whoever did this was obsessed with some local murders. According to some of the clippings, bodies had been found in ravines in the forest, and in one case dumped in the back of an abandoned truck. I couldn't be sure, but I thought some of these same articles had also been pasted up back in those tunnels. Okay, so yeah, a collection of stale liquor bottles covered the floor. What's this? The faded receipt was half trampled on the floor. It was from the local train station and was for 2 tickets. I didn't know what use it could be, but did I keep the receipt? Yes. I neatly folded the soiled receipt and slipped it into my front pocket. Okay, so that was interesting. Nope, we're gonna go back this way. I believe that was all the locked doors that I could remember. I could probably go... Ah! Dude, the combination of the music being so loud and that freaking steam vent. Oh my god, that was a good jump scare, guys. Oh boy. Well, we're gonna see what's this way. And if he says something like, oh, maybe there are some more doors I should check, then we'll go... Yeah. I'm really having trouble wording today. Maybe then we'll go check those doors. Alright, this is the vent. This must have been the other end of that ventilation shaft. Whoever used it could have gotten past that flooded room with this. The soiled knife I carried in my boot weighed heavily upon my mind as my leg ebbed with pain. As I made my way up the ladder, I thought again on the videotape. Who was it that didn't want to be seen? Was it the same person that hid all those newspaper clippings away in that locked room? Part of me almost wished I would never find out. As I reached the top of the ladder, I found the latch above me and tactlessly popped it open. Suddenly, I caught the unexpected dank scent of pine trees. Ooh, hey, we're outside. We made it out. Alright. Ooh, hello. Hello, eyeballs. I seen you. Hey, what's... That's not cool. Ooh, ladder. Let's go up. An old ladder leading up to an ancient water tower. The ladder needed to be extended so I could climb it. Did I extend the ladder? Yes. Popped the latch and brought the ladder down. Climb! Yep, more bats. That's okay. We're gonna go up again. Claw marks. What's this? In a patch of smeared dirt and grass, there was a beat-up old wallet. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? Yes. Folded the wallet and returned it to my back pocket. It looked nicked up somehow and really worn. There weren't any cards or ID in it. I thought I should recover my credit card and driver's license at least. From the railing I could see over the woods and down to the entrance to the sewers. Had I come through there before? If I did, someone definitely could have seen me. So, what I'm gathering from all this is we're playing a murderer, pretty much, that doesn't remember anything. So I wonder how he doesn't remember. Like, heavy padlock barred the rust-covered door. I tried the key ring I got from the sewers, but none of the keys worked. I didn't think I'd be able to get through, and I didn't feel strong enough to climb the fence. It's like a foot above your head! Jesus! Didn't feel strong enough. Your leg must be really bad, mister. This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on that map I had seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath that man's house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here, the sign pointed out various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river, and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. A lot of reading. Whoa. Oh, that was pretty cool. I can't go that way. Trampled into the dirt and grass was a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off, and was surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take back my credit card? Yes. I pocketed the credit card. Hopefully I could find my driver's license, too. Alright, I can go back through the fence. I could see a dilapidated outbuilding. What's an outbuilding? Outhouse? I wondered if I could find my way around. Okay. Can't go through there. Really, though? Oh, okay. What was that? There was a fire pit there. It was still a bit warm, and a few embers still burned at the bottom. 2 folding camping chairs were on the ground. One was knocked over. There was a couple of cans of beer spilled on the ground. What are you doing spilling beer? Don't waste beer. Come on. The cheap dome tent slept 2 people. I shone my flashlight inside and could see some bedrolls, 2 backpacks, and a cooler. Okay. Okay. This one or the other one? You know what? Let's try this one. What's this? Nothing? Oh, okay. Am I on the other side? I'm on the other side of the fence. Would that by going that way? That's weird. That seems like it would have been in the opposite direction, no? The grimy sink had a small patch in it that looked almost clean. The musty wooden plank propped up propped up the stall door. It didn't really seem useful. Yes. Why? But I took the plank. Because everything seems useful. I'm not really sure if it does. But we're going to take everything because it might come in handy. Which one did I come through? Was that one? Can't go that way. Sign was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. I finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I never wanted to return there. Should we leave? Why not? Let's see what happens. Finding that campsite had been strangely unsettling. I couldn't imagine why anyone would abandon their site in the middle of the night, especially in that dark forest. I was relieved, at least, to finally be out of there. Even now, as I peered through the dense trees, I could see cracks of light in a bit of the land beyond. I must have been getting closer to town, but where exactly was I? Oh, the game's not over. Okay. Walking through the woods. It's a long walk. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a machinist for all those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. Hopefully it was just the wind. Should I go through here or here? Let's see. We're gonna go in here, see what's inside. Okay. Okay. Looks like a school. We're gonna go back through the hole in the fence though, because I didn't like that. Oh! Found the body of a security guard. Just doing his job, no doubt. His face was covered with blood from some kind of head wound. I wondered, was this flashlight his? Dug into the ground was a cracked old watch. First my wallet, and now this? Did I retrieve my watch? The watch was useless, but I put it on my wrist anyway. Okay, so all the clues point to this dude being the murderer, or something happening that he doesn't remember. So he seems like he struggled with a bunch of cops and security guards, a sewer worker, and just killed them. So I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I should have explored over there first. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotted. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. Before I even got up here? Alright. The board contained yellow clippings of newspaper cartoons and notices. There were notes to and from the guys that worked here. One of them was to Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. Oh, alright, it's the machinist. Why did I think it was a school? He said what it was right away. A power panel. It's like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? Yes, you did. Power panel. It looks like a health station. The open locker was stuffed with dirty work clothes and old boots. There was a photo of a woman taped to the inside, but it was scratched out, and the face was unrecognizable. Yep. Looked like it was shut off. Yep. Okay, power's back on. Rusty looking card slot on the side. Alright, so we gotta find a key card for that door. Which shouldn't be too much of a problem. Because we've got nothing to do but search. No, we're gonna go this way. Our old break table. The layer of dust and grime only made seeing this thing more. Door over there. Boarded up door. Hastily boarded up. Yep. Got that. This was Norman's locker. The door was dented like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked there. Another power station! Yes. Alright. What do we got here? Utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? Yes, you took the hammer. I noticed it wasn't as dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. Because it had just been put there. Probably by you. The locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. Yes, you took the card. Let's turn this back on. Yes, come on. Yep. I wish... Oh. Oh, I can skip those. Nice. Alright, so... I must have to hit another one somewhere. We got that one. What's over here? And we can't go that way. It's weird. When you walk, you can hear your footsteps, but in between the footsteps, you can hear like a slight heartbeat. Hopefully you guys can hear that and I don't just sound insane. Although I might be. You never know. Where am I going? This is the bottom floor. Locked shut, and there was a little electronic box under the handle. A sign was pasted to the front that said, "Danger, closed for repairs." One of the lockers hung open. Its contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. But what? Okay. There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, snaking off to other parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear, and cobwebs had collected on the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. Whatever. The door was locked tight. It seemed to be connected to the power box beside it. Okay, so... was it up one floor? That the, yeah, alright, that's the door we gave it. It was up one floor, all the way over here. That we gotta use that key card. Oh, hey. Yes. Did I go here before? Yeah, okay. The keycard I found seemed like it would pass through this reader. Did I use the keycard? Of course you did. I don't trust that. I'm gonna have to, though. There was some kind of ventilation hatch there. It looked like I could jump to the room below. My leg hurt enough as it was, but I couldn't see another option. Did I jump? Yes. Oh man, my leg hurt like hell. Yeah. Oh, am I stuck down here? There was a crumpled up letter on the floor. It had been scratched out heavily, and it was hard to make out. Did I try to read the letter? Yes. Most of the letter was violently scratched out with what looked to be a ballpoint pen. All I could make out was, "Need to." Just don't. Drinking need. Norman. Who was Norman writing to? Maybe you? That poor guard. Was the flashlight I carried his? It looked like he had met his end violently. I only hoped it was quick. I had to get home to Rachel, but I couldn't stop thinking about Norman. He and Rachel were friends. Could he help? It wasn't like I really had anyone else to turn to. My leg burned with pain. I only hoped I could find my way through the dark path before me and get to Norman's store. I'm just gonna ignore those footsteps. Hey, what's up, eyes in the background over there? Okay. Because, like, you can hear the footsteps behind me. Nope. Nope, can't go that way. Door. Alright. Okay, I can search this one. The garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food in slick black bags. I saw a thin, greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it back? Yes. I cleaned the card off as best I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed to have found my credit card, and now this. I tucked the card into my wallet next to my credit card. It's weird that he would find it in the trash. Like, sounded like it was going to start raining again. Again, do you remember it raining before? Because I don't. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet, except for the faint sound of a television. So, let's see. Cute little bookshelf. Oh, look, another cute little bookshelf. Okay, so we can go up and go in this door. And we can't go in that door. The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. It looked like I couldn't just pop it open. It needed a key. There was a bit of blood on the keyhole. Of course there was. There's a bit of blood everywhere in this game. Hello? Hello? I can hear you walking around. Is there anyone here? Well, so far all the jump scares have been just noises. There's nothing actually come out yet. Oh, what's that? What was this? It looked like a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. I wondered where it led. Did I pull the chain? Yes. I gave the chain a single tug and a simple folding ladder to the attic popped down. We'll go up that in a second. TV still flickered some indecipherable channel. Oh, another dead guy. Oh no! I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my co-worker, and one of my few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been stabbed, or something, trying to get up. Norman, you deserve better than this. Did I close his eyes? Yes. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace, or if I just couldn't stand to think any more about what was going on. Quickly, I closed Norman's eyes. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from 2 cups still there in the wood. That was a weird noise. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess, did I? Yeah, you did. I found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash and pocketed it. Alright, so, yeah, we're gonna make this guy do gross things like pick through the trash, because there is stuff we need to find in this game to figure out what's going on. And I'm telling you, so far, like I said, there's been a few jump scares, but nothing's really come out and, like, nothing, that doesn't seem like anything's after us. What is that? No. That was the door. Go back up. Jeesh. What do we got here? Anything of importance? Anything whatsoever? Nothing. Oh, box at the end. There was a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed. Did I open it? Yes. Inside the old cardboard box was a pile of clothes, photos, and even shoes. As I looked closer, I realized they were Rachel's. Bum, bum, bum! What were you doing here, Rachel? Were you responsible for poor Norman downstairs? No. Okay, so here's what I think. I think Norman and Rachel were having an affair. This guy found out about it. We found out about it. Murdered him. Probably murdered Rachel, and we'll probably find her later on. And just blocked it out. Just like completely blocked it out of his memory because it was such a traumatic thing. That's going to be my guess. And let's see if we're right. That's what I'm going to go with. Downstairs. Did I find a key yet? Yep, I used the hairpin. Okay. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things, postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. See? She stopped by after work. The register was mostly empty, and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. Okay. Alright, what do we got here? Oh! Oh, is there ice cream in here? The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. Well, I don't want any of that ice cream. I do want ice cream now, though. Darn it! There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. That night continued to take horrible turn after horrible turn. It'd been weeks since I'd last seen Norman, but to find him like that? Who could have done that to him? Seeing that dusty box of those old clothes was a shock. How long had they been there? And what was Rachel doing at Norman's place? I felt like I had only discovered more questions, no answers, but I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. Yes, absolutely time to find out the truth. I'm going to go in that door in a second, or that door. You know what? I feel like there's going to be a line up. Alright. It was locked. This wasn't the right gate. No, that technically is the right gate if you're looking straight up. Sorry. Okay, that wasn't your house either. What about this one? Any luck? Is it our house? Yes? Yes? Must be. We were able to get it. Why is there another gate? Wait. Okay. The neighborhood's local post box. A letter was sticking out as if someone hadn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the letter? Of course. The envelope was addressed to Norman. There was no return address, but the handwriting looked familiar. I took a deep breath and tore open the package. Now it's a package. First, it was a letter. Now it's a package. Norman, I'm sending this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you this in person. What we did, well, it was wrong. My husband isn't an easy man to be with, but he is my husband and your friend. I need some time to sort this out, away from you both. I'm going away for a while. I'm going to tell him. Norman, so don't you think you can hold that against me? Maybe we'll work it out. I'm not sure I even want to, but he deserves at least that much. Goodbye. Told ya! I told ya. I had the wrong gate. This was locked. Oh, I knew it, man. They had an affair, and all this terrible stuff started to happen. I had entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. Ooh, you've got a nice little picket fence. It's not white, which, yeah, white picket fences are overrated. I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside. As you should be. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power was off. I remembered having breakfast here on this very table. Was that yesterday or sometime before? Okay, so I'm just wondering when we're going to find Rachel's body, because I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. Like, I'm telling you, I think I've solved it, guys. There was a small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why hadn't Rachel picked this up? Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill there. Yes. I ripped the bill open and read it. To my surprise, it said something about canceling my credit card due to non-payment. What the hell? Alright, we can go that way, but what we're going to do first is we're going to check out this... No, okay. Locked. Where'd I put the damned key? Well, we're going to look upstairs for that damned key. Oh, and there's a third floor to the house. This guy had money. Or it's an attic. Might be an attic. I found the last missing piece from my wallet. The old photo of Rachel and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Did I keep it anyway? Yes. I replaced the photo in my wallet, feeling like I had got part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. I had thrown it away. Why do you think you had thrown it away? A television. I had purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. Ah, okay. I felt pretty guilty about it afterward, but by then, it was too late. So this guy loses his job. His wife is having an affair with his best friend. Oh man. Our hallway mirror had been smashed. Its pieces scattered around the floor. Okay, we got two doors up here. Our sink, which needed to be replaced. One of the taps always stuck, but I hadn't got around to fixing it yet. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old claw-footed tubs. Bathtubs, tubs, whatever. It's the same thing. Yeah. Alright. This door. What do we got in here? Okay, that music is just getting, like, starting to get really loud. It's not even music, it's just sound. The books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey, now that I look more closely, it looked like the man in that house had some of the same books as I did. Boom, boom, boom. My wife's, Rachel's suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling what was in it. Did I open it? Inside Rachel's suitcase were a few days' worth of clothes, some personal effects, and a train ticket. As I stared at the ticket, I could feel myself flush with anger and resentment. The date and time matched the receipt I had found. She was going to run away with him? She was either going to run away with him or Norman. That's my theory. And you know what? I feel like it's a good theory. Alright, so we did check this door. My laptop had been left on and only had a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top drawer of my desk. Did I take it? Of course you did. I pocketed the key. Alright. So now we got a key. We can go into the basement. Let's go... Oh, wait, no. We're on the 3rd floor. So it wasn't even an attic. It was the actual 3rd floor. Was it this one that was locked? The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. So now I also need to find an old-fashioned key. Maybe in this room? No? Okay. Maybe we'll find the old-fashioned key in the basement. Okay. This is all getting like a really deep, in-depth story. I like it. I unlocked the basement door. There were old Christmas decorations in the box. The garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key here. Did I take the key? Yes, you did. I took the small key and tried to remember what it unlocked. How about the key with the old-fashioned keyhole? Or the door with the old-fashioned keyhole, not the key. There were old clothes and tools and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. Oh, what's this? I put up this divider wall last summer so we could create a separate room in the basement. I hadn't finished it yet, so the door was stuck and the drywall was poorly installed. I might have been able to break through if I found something heavy enough. A hammer? I picked up a hammer. Why couldn't I use the hammer? I want to break through it. No. Okay. Maybe I'll find something heavy in that room. This one? Nope. Nope. Okay, it's upstairs, 2nd floor. This game's getting interesting, guys. The Grammy key I had found in the basement unlocked the door. Of course it did. Why wouldn't it? It looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? Nope. You and the missus probably just had a fight. There was an old crowbar on the floor. Did I need to take the crowbar? Yes. I lifted the heavy crowbar, and I appreciated its weight. Alright, so we're getting behind that drywall right now, guys. Yep, that's what we're gonna go do. And we're gonna... Ooh, what if Rachel's behind the drywall? That would be sad, actually. That would be very, very sad. I hope that's not the case. Yes. Yes, you did. I smashed a hole large enough to step through. As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down there? Was she okay? What does that say? Don't look. Oh, come on, guys. Really? Well, you know I'm gonna look now. And it's gonna be horrible. It's just... yeah, it's gonna be horrible. You hear those noises? Whoa. Whoa. Don't look. Again with the don't look. A filthy-looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful and made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile, to see what lay within. But I knew I had to. I'd come this far. After all this searching, after all I had seen, when I looked within the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? Oh, I get to decide? What the hell is this shit? Oh, you're gonna leave this decision up to me? Come on. Okay. Oh, man. Did he finally find his Rachel? Should we say yes or should we say no? My instinct tells me he found her. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with yes. And maybe, you know what, maybe I'll play through again and we'll select no and see what happens. So he found Rachel. Oh no. My hands trembled as I pulled back the layers of the cloth. There at the center, under all the dirt and mess, was my beloved, my Rachel. Her arms were bruised all over and slashed repeatedly. Her clothes were ripped and torn, and even through all that sickening blood, it was obvious she had been stabbed to death. Ooh, I'm sorry, dude. The knife I had carried all this way suddenly seemed like a poison. What had happened, Rachel? Who did this to you? I think it was you, dude. I thought about all I had seen, and wondered if any of it could have helped me figure out who had done this. And when I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped away on shaky legs and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly, exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. Okay. But what happened? Maybe I would use some of Rachel's travel books and find some place to go. Oh, it's not over? It was my wallet, with its contents intact. Either I dropped that stuff, or somebody else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again, or maybe somebody stole it from me. Norman's store, that forest, the water tower. Was I at those places before? I mean, we were at those places. I didn't see how it could have happened any other way. I must have been the one to lose my wallet and its contents. But what does that mean? This was the old photo of that other man and his wife, I assumed. I found it in that house. I recalled those faded remains I had found deep underneath his house. What had he done there? Well, what did I think? Was that man involved in this whole mess somehow? Yes! Definitely. Those tunnels, the odd tools in his house, and the remains of his wife? He wasn't innocent, that's for sure. I'm not sure how this goes. Like, it seems kind of odd that we're getting to choose, like, what's going on. It was the keycard I found in the factory, the one that allowed me to slip through that door. It seemed to me that it was probably Norman's. But if that was true, what was he doing back at the plant? Did I think Norman was going back to the factory? Yeah, sure. Who else would it have been? Norman. What were you doing back there? So I wonder what happens if you just answer yes to everything. I guess we're going to find out, because I don't think I've answered no yet. The reflection in that grimy glass was only a shadow, a whisper. Okay. I still love the old-time charm of the claw-footed bathtub, though it seemed like cold comfort then. Am I gonna have to go back through the whole house? Like through the whole woods and everything? Oh, what was that? It was the letter I had taken from the postbox. Rachel, were you really having an affair with Norman? But why? I didn't think that things were that bad. In the letter, Rachel seemed concerned. She almost seemed worried of what Norman might do. Did he do that to Rachel? This is... Okay, so with you deciding what goes on, you know what? We're not going to let this guy take the fall. We're going to say that Norman did that. I was sure of it. She wanted to end their affair, and that bastard, he killed her for it. A lot of it made sense. Norman was clearly seeing Rachel a lot, so he had plenty of time to plan it out. He knew where we lived, obviously. Is that why Rachel looked so scared when I came home that day? What had happened to me? Did Norman knock me out or something? Okay, so the way these things are worded, it's gonna be this dude. Angry with for stupid things like buying this TV. Yep, so you got angry about buying the TV. Ah, man. It was this dude. Let's go in here. My old office safe sat on the floor. It used the digital pass lock. Yes. The safe used an 8-digit code. What was that damn code again? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Well, we couldn't remember it. So we're gonna have to find something to open that safe. That safe is gonna tell us what happened. It seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe I thought I was ready to go back into the basement. Nope, we didn't see all there was. The mail still sat there, heaped on the floor. How long had Rachel been lying in the basement? There was nothing for me here anymore. No reason to stay in that house. Did I leave, never return? Not yet. Got it a bit more. We still got stuff to find here, people. Maybe there wouldn't be anything for me to find, but I had to take a last look. Oh! If I was guilty, I could take this to a warm, safe place and do something about it. Yes. I took the knife and kept it firmly in my hand. Oh! Now that I stood there, I realized I couldn't go back into that room again. I had already seen too much. Okay! There would be no more dinners here. No more chit-chat over breakfast. At least not for us. Okay. Alright, so I guess we have to leave? I knew I needed to escape that nightmare. But what about the knife I still carried? I wondered, even if I left, would it really be over? So, did I leave that house forever? Yes. Living in this town hadn't been easy. The plant had helped in some way to stay grounded. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I had started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. Oh shit. I had MRIs and piles of doctors' reports, but nothing seemed to help, not even drinking. But I swear I had tried to give it up. I know it. Sleepwalking never really went away, though. But I know Rachel had tried. I know she had tried to be there for me, even when everything was falling apart. This is sad. This night had unearthed terrible truths, but I knew it was a final act of long-standing horror I'd been living. Waking up in that house tonight was the final cruelty. I wish I had remained unconscious in that room forever. It was obvious to me that the man I had found in that house had something to do with all this. Could he have killed Rachel? It started to seem that there were too many things I had seen to think otherwise. After making it out of those tunnels, I thought those sewers might feel safer. I was wrong. The security tape I had watched showed someone being attacked by what looked like two people. But who was it that was attacked? I'd found the contents of my wallet scattered throughout town. Why the hell had it been out there? Had my sleepwalking gone to some new extreme? The thought that I couldn't account for my whereabouts, but knew I had been to that forest, and even Norman's place, well, that was terrifying. I didn't know what that meant, but at least I had recovered my things. Hopefully, I thought, that would cover my tracks, so I wouldn't be blamed for all this. The tangled mess of that horrible forest was an experience I'd never want to repeat. I knew Norman wasn't completely innocent in all this. He was obviously going back to the factory, rooting in all those lockers. But had he brought that poor guard I had found to his end? It certainly seemed so, but I almost didn't want to believe it. After the factory, I thought I might find some solace if I could just get to Norman's store. But all I had found were more horrors and more questions. Now that I really consider it, that's when I should have seen it coming. Norman, you were dead, and it was damn hard to feel bad about it. It was clear you and Rachel were more than just friends, but obviously whatever had been going on had gone badly. So why did you kill her? Did she want out of whatever you two were getting into? Were you responsible for the other murders, and of those other horrible things that had gone in that town? I would find no peace. That much was certain. But this way, I didn't have to look you in the eye, or sit through some kind of trial and wonder what was going through your head. When I had marched through the rain towards home, I desperately clung to the hope that this would end. And I guess in a way it did, but how could I have known how hopeless it all was? I had started to feel as disoriented as when I sleepwalked, to think of it now. Coming through the back door and into the kitchen should have tipped me off that something was horribly wrong. There was no sound of television, radio, even the air was still, but seeing Rachel there, lying, ruined, discarded in the basement, that was a horror I could never have imagined. That other man I had found was involved in all this somehow. I knew it. But it was Norman, that traitorous son of a bitch, who had done the deed. Whatever was going on, he was the one who took Rachel away from me. I hated him for it more than I could possibly express, but that offered no strength, no solace. Okay, this dude's inner monologue is just rambling on. Rachel was gone now, and I was too, forever. As I swung open the door and stepped out into the air, I caught the scent of wet grass and fog. Rachel, my beautiful wife. Just the thought of her again, cold and inert, shook me from head to toe. What would I do now? Who could I turn to? It would only be a matter of time before the police got involved, before the neighbors knew. The front lawn was soft and giving beneath my feet, and I couldn't shake the urge that I shouldn't stand there, but rather that I should run. Okay! Alright, well, that was confusing as all hell. Okay, so, I mean, it is a very unique horror game. I'm not sure I would actually call it a horror game. There was a few jump scares here and there. I did enjoy it for what it was. Sorry. I definitely enjoyed the game for what it was. But the whole, like, choosing... Okay, that's creepy as hell. But yeah, the whole being able to choose yourself who done it, like, that... Alright, so it's interesting, but... I don't know. I'm not sure, it kind of made the story a little less weighted, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It didn't feel like... It felt like you knew what was going to go on, and by kind of, like, formulating my own idea throughout the story, I kind of did that. But I just couldn't let the guy think, or let the guy murder his wife, you know what I mean? I don't know what that says about me, but... Anyway, so that was Home, and I did enjoy the game. If you guys liked the video, give it a like. And once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see all you guys in the next one. Bye!